got Cody to watch Lent was I had to agree to, I have to go with him to Jupiter Uprising, Jupiter Ascending. So that's how much I'm looking forward to that. Okay. So my first poem is Goodness Gracious. Do everything you do to me gently. Make my throat fat and full with you and easy. Make me mouth your praises. Please some graciousness from this trembling. You a gulp, you a gaunt git. Do everything you do to me so I will miss you tomorrow. You a grant given, a guile, a guilt. Oh goodness, some false spawning. If you leave me low and lowing, leave me after the gloaming. Oh gracious, a white carnation bloom in winter, you, the crown incarnate, crowing my insides out, do everything to me but gently, this craven gut I cannot gather, jaded until gusty, give me back my broken gait, my pirouetted wail, and wait a bit. I deserve at least that. The second poem is about doubting Thomas. So he's the apostle who, after Jesus rose again, all the other apostles got to see him, and Thomas didn't see him, and Thomas didn't believe the other apostles when they said that he'd risen. And so then, later, Jesus came up, they were all in the room together, and Jesus came back again and said, doubting Thomas puts his fingers in Jesus' wound to know that it's really him, know that it's not some imposter. And afterwards, Jesus says, "Holy are those who see without believing," which I think is the meanest thing that he could have said in that moment. And now the Apostle Thomas is the patron saint of atheism, which I think is really snarky and mean. But on the bright side, later he got to see, he had a vision / he was transported to see Mary's ascension, Jesus' mother, and none of the other apostles believed him, so it's reversed. So he's a little bit of redemption later. Anyway, this poem is called Apostle Thomas at the Glory Hole. The air is heavy with what might as well be the sea, and so my mood is ceremonial, meaning I want to shake the man's hand before I give him anything, meaning I'm again out to disappoint myself. Tomorrow I will bathe 7 men and a child into a river, attractive even in its murk. So today I feel myself like a scourge against every wall I run up against, lay my palms flat as prayer against the walls and whisper for forgiveness. I was taught a good man would invite me to touch his wounds, would cling me close to his breast and say, what I need right now is your faith. I no longer use my sight when wanting to know a man has come back for me. I no longer trust any man I can see, even though I think all men holy. It is a man's sorest spot which must be touched, must be spread until he gasps with life, his mouth a new kind of wound. If he doesn't bleed, he's been gone too long. Even when he invites you, it should hurt a bit. And this next poem is a Ash Wednesday poem. I didn't actually think of it as an Ash Wednesday poem until it was Ash Wednesday and I was thinking of what I should read. My favorite thing about this poem is it mentions Lent a couple times, but the speaker doesn't understand what Lent is. There's that. It's called Opened Wide. Mine is an ugly tongue. Like all the ocean things kept in darkness for good reason, it has utilities, sure, but I could do without the thrust and the stink of it. We are so propelled, corpus casualties that we are, by such small rudders, such evenings, that I can't see the harvest fish for the fishes, the girders at all. Please forgive my small meanings, I'm sorry. I feel all the teeth in our kisses, and of them I'm proud. To me, they're the exposed bones the dead are made of, so hopelessly verklempt. But my tongue, once I'm dead, will be my pink, wet ghost, inviting worms into my mouth. Last month for Lent, I gave up smiling at old people, unwilling to taunt the indentured crowd, so jealous with what they want. This month for Lent, I'll retire all the service workers. Next month, former smokers will get a free pack. I should say I only know the ashen surface of a month, how it reminds the body, angry of itself, and so I'm only giving up those things I know I won't miss much. I know all that I need, my thin toenails, my colors, my smell, will soon ring in absence like a crowd after Wagner's Siegfried, too nervous to applaud or return to the streets and the new cold air. I love when it's not explained just what certain relevances are or mean, their reach. Instead, let's think of fear. When I first heard rain as a child and thought of my still living parents' deaths, even then I knew not to spare nor relent. This next poem is a poem that I don't want to read because I'm a bad person in it. And so it's called Posture. My father was the first man to shy himself away from me, and so I learned when not to look. In the shower, we turn our backs to what we don't want to see us fully. When we are uncovered, we turn around. Recently, my dad asked if it's even that bad to be gay anymore. A public shower can feel like a rare place for a man as he steps back into his clothing. The gentleness with which a foot pulls at elastic, towing the hole wider. Also, the quickness. I love what is shown to me when something else is being hidden. The places on a body where water stays out of reach, where underwear clings close to damp. I'm not supposed to watch when men and their vulnerabilities get dressed in public space, and I don't, but you can see a lot without watching. When looking for your locker, when turning around to leave, in this spirit, because of how unwanted another's gaze should be, I made myself joyless to look at. As a child, my father reassured me there were radio hosts who spoke less clearly than I did. A mumble can be fixed with a little concentration. I believed clarity was a matter of effort. His father taught him to suck in his gut to help his posture. And now my stomach muscles stay taut naturally, he said. I don't even have to think about it anymore. I am more aware of what a good thing is when locked out from it. I love the sting of soap and eyes as diversion, and I know how to see through blurred vision. The sting as guilt I wouldn't know what to do without. I have been proud for much of my life about what I could get away with. I want to no longer inhabit my body, but instead to learn what I can do with it. To be an animal and human, Derrida's cat seeing Derrida's sex, but also Derrida. But tomorrow or soon, I'll be worthy of a stare, even in the middle of a street. This is my last poem. Poem for 2015. New year, new body is my early mantra for the year, even though I have no workout or diet goals, even as I eat a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch this morning. New year, new body, I tell my boyfriend as he pulls on a sweater and walks out the door. It is because I find the phrase so hollow that it comforts me. I say it, and a small part of me wonders what if it were that easy. New year, new body, and I'm a man in his mid-30s with nice arms sitting in a coffee shop. I say it, and I'm a woman with short chestnut hair wearing a crop top. New year, new body, I want to say to my doctor at my physical as she asked me to pull down my pants. My body, always the site of my betrayals. I want to tell her this is a fake checkup, that I'm not actually concerned about anything. This is for the government and a job that Cody wants. I don't, though. So thorough and efficient, I give up on trying to get her off topic. I have no travel concerns. I tell her when she asks about China, neglecting the dream I had the night before of my immolation. I don't know if I can call it a stress dream. I watched a video of myself burn in a dream and thought it beautiful. The eye contact I made with the camera, the hair and shirt, my hair and shirt the only wet, dark things in that landscape. I felt myself go off script, only said, "Don't watch," as they poured accelerant on me. I kept that beautiful eye contact even as they lit me. I felt myself nervous for the start of this performance, nervous as I stood and my shirt fell in flames and tatters as I watched myself begin to dance, the flames thick in my hair. Thank you.